And we now come to the point in the show where James Acaster is still here. Hello.
Hello, Josh.
Treats us to what have become known as his classic scrapes, a story from the archives of him getting into a scrape. Or from the present, is it an archive scrape or a...
It is an archive scrape. It's
you're delving through the archives recently.
Yeah, well, you know, I've had quite a nice time of things of late. My life in general's been alright. I overheard someone telling a friend about a scrape on the way here.
Oh yeah,
on the tube. But they went on about it too much. She kept on going, "Oh, that time we got stuck in that lift." And I just kept on bringing it up.
You wanted to lean across and go, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah, excuse me. Do you not want to bring up getting stuck in the lift stories around me? Because that is, I'll show you a scrape, love.
I've got some podcasts to prove it.
Yeah.
I'm the scrape master.
I've had an awful life, so I don't want to hear about you getting stuck in the lift.
So what is your scrape this week, James?
I think this is the first overseas scrape. Oh! This is when I was on a holiday.
Transcontinental scrapes?
Yeah. I went to America. I went to San Francisco on my own.
And there is the scrape.
Yeah. Well, I was staying in a hostel.
Yeah.
Which I've never done before, because my friend who I was meant to be staying with basically changed her mind. I was about to leave England and she went, actually, you're not, I don't think we're allowed, because she was at university, I don't think we're allowed to be here. I stayed at this hostel, and I had to share a room with a bunch of strangers, and I was a bit kind of wary of my stuff. But, I mean, we didn't have lockers or whatever. And I booked to go to visit Alcatraz.
Classic.
On the final day.
Of course you have.
You know, everyone recommended it to me. Yeah, I was so excited about it. And
when they said you should go to Alcatraz, I don't think they were recommending it to you.
It's just awful things that I was doing.
Yeah.
Mate, you deserve to go to Alcatraz. I'm not even joking.
You know where you should be, mate? Alcatraz.
Oh, cool, brilliant. Well, what are the opening hours? No, you're not understanding me. Get out of my shop. But I was on. If you don't know Alcatraz, it's on a little island. And you have to get there by boat. And I was on the boat.
It's a prison.
Oh yeah. Also, it used to be a prison. Hence, if you didn't know that little bit of banter between me and Josh probably made no sense. Why would someone send you to Alcatraz if you're in their shop? It sounds ridiculous. It's a bigger shop. If we haven't got those things here, how have you tried Alcatraz? They have a wonderful selection of hot chocolates. But I was on the boat on the way to visit. I know it's like the biggest maximum security prison, like.
Yeah,
from whenever it's now open to the public. You can do guided tours and stuff. It's fantastic. And I was on the ferry on the way there, and thought I might buy something from the gift shop when I'm there. Have a look at my wallet, see how much money I've got. I looked at my wallet and realised that all my credit cards had been stolen.
Oh,
which the worst time to figure that out is when you're on a boat, because you can't do it. You're not. You can't just run to the. And also. Pangs of irony when you've had someone has stolen your credit cards and you are the one being shipped to a maximum security prison. But I was really panicky, and I was like running around the ferry,
running around the boat,
probably running around trying to see, looking over the side, trying to see how close we were to Alcatraz. Which everyone else just thought he is really looking forward to Alcatraz. he can't wait to get to Alcatraz. I mean, we're all excited, mate, but the ferry can only move so fast. But as soon as the ferry arrived at Alcatraz, I ran to there's a help desk, and I ran there and I said, "You got to help me. My credit cards have been stolen." And this lady looked at me like I was like this British tourist believed that if you get mugged in San Francisco, the first thing you've got to do is report directly to Alcatraz. And or even like, for what she knew, I could have been mugged in London. Got straight on a plane. I'm taking this to Alcatraz. But I had to explain to her, look, I need to. My phone doesn't work over here. I need to use your phone so I can cancel my credit cards. And she went, no, this phone is for staff use only, and you can't use it. Which, like, for one, I've just arrived at a prison, so I should get a phone call.
Hey!
but I said to her, I need to cancel my cards. You can, and it was good back and forth. I was angry that she was like aiding a criminal. I said at many a point, you're aiding the escape of a criminal. And what would the people of Alcatraz think about this?
Yeah.
And eventually, I argued for so long that the ferry went back to the mainland. So, and like, what they've cleverly done with Alcatraz is made it very difficult to leave the island without the use of a ferry, and I think that was the point almost. So I had to wait another 45 minutes for this ferry to come back, so I was just helpless.
Yeah.
And so in the meantime, took the audio tour, which
You didn't enjoy?
you don't enjoy it at all because
No, of
you're
course not.
so angry at criminals and just any sort of like wrongs that you're just walking around really kind of like just fuming and listening to the whole thing is narrated by like guards who used to work there and prisoners who used to be there. So like I was just there every time a prisoner was going about how tough it was. I was so happy. I was the only person walking around going, yeah, that's right, and like
Throw away the key.
they've gone on about murderers and people like that. And, like I was
You were
there
waiting
going,
for them to get to credit card crime. The section.
hurry up and talk about the people who steal credit cards. Where were they kept? Hopefully the worst room of them all.
So, did you get your cards back?
Well, yeah, what happened is, eventually I got on the ferry, went back to the hostel to use the phone at the hostel, by which point I'd narrowed down. I'd also thought someone in my room may have stolen it, and I knew exactly who I thought it was.
Oh, yeah, of course
because
you
he had been, mainly just because he was the only one who had annoyed me the whole time I was been there, because he had brought a girl back and done it in the bunk above me a couple of days before, and I don't know if you ever tried to sleep with that kind of happenings going on.
Kerfuffle.
It was shaking the bed. It was horrible. But and they knew I was there. And the thing is, it wasn't his bunk. That was the really annoying thing. He relocated just to. Anyway, I got back and I was like, it's probably him. But I went. I had to use the payphone at the hostel, so I went up to get. I had some spare money in my bag that I'd left.
Can't see where this is going.
Opened it and obviously all my credit cards were just in my bag, had fallen out in the bag I'd left in the hospital, and I had cut my trip to Alcatraz short. Because
That's quite a
credit
bleak
cards had
end.
been stolen.
At least you got them back, James.
I got them back, and I went out and spent it all on Babana Marley's.